Hello, everyone. It's Whitney, and I want to welcome you to Ladies Takeover Empowerment Podcast, where we're all about helping you to succeed and become the very, very best version of yourself. So I'm super excited on today because we are going to have a blast. I am going to have some amazing friends stop by, and join today's live episode that we are having. So I'm really, really excited because this is season 8, Women in Worship of Ladies Takeover Empowerment Podcast. And we are actually going to have our finale on today. It is our finale, our last episode. We are live and in living color. So I hope that you all are joining. And I need those of you who are here today just to comment and to share where you are joining us from. So if I can have people just comment, say your name, say what city or state that you're at. That will be great while I am watching. And we are watching all the comments, and I'm going to have some friends of mine join in. But just before we do that, just before we do that, um, I want to kind of just say thank you to all of the lovely ladies who have been a part of um this amazing journey for this year. You guys have done such a wonderful job being a part of Ladies Takeover with me, Empowerment Podcast, and I just want to thank you. So, our first episode that we had, the very first episode was episode 1 with Crystal Dixon. Then our second episode was with Angela Nicole. And then our third episode was actually with Miss Andrea Gerald. And then our fourth episode was with none other than my dear cousin and sister, Grace Jackson. Yes, Grace Jackson. And then our fifth episode was with none other than the lady Michelle Duncan. We had her on, and we had such a fabulous time with her. And then we had my dear sister for our sixth episode, Evangelist Diana Bethany, and she was absolutely amazing. And then if you didn't get to check her out, our last episode that we just had, episode 7, was with none other than my sister and my dear friend, my cousin actually, Sandra Frazier. So I just want you all to give them a round of applause. All right. We're trying to prepare this huge announcement that we're going to make. So I'm really, really excited for those of you who are here. I see Keisha is watching from Maryland. Hey, Keish. I hope you feel better. I know you haven't been feeling good. Thank you. I see some people saying that it's been a great season. Hi, Jewel. I see Jewel from Baltimore. Hey, girl. Thank you, Denise, saying that it's been a great season. We have had a wonderful season with some wonderful women in worship. And for many of you who don't know, I have been leading worship for a very, very long time. Since I was a little girl that I can remember leading worship. And I remember being in situations, as this is our last season, Women in Worship, our last episode, where I remember being told as a young girl that they didn't want to listen to me. They didn't want to follow my direction, because they had children that were older than me. I had all sorts of situations that I ran into by being a worship leader. However, I will say that what I have always found out, that no matter what, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, that worship was always my safe haven. It was a place that I went, that where me and God could go. And it didn't matter if there was one person in the room, if there was 20 people or 100 or 1,000 people in the room. It was really about me tapping into that place with the Lord and myself, to where it helped me. It made me feel better. I would be get out of myself and be able to just have sweet communion with the Lord. And it's not necessarily just a woman's thing or anything like that, but I realized that there's a lot of women who may feel the same way that I do, where you have been devalued. You have been made to feel like your voice doesn't matter. Maybe it's because of your age. Maybe it's because of how young or old you are. Maybe it's because of the way that you look. And so this platform is really made and created to help people feel empowered to hear other people's voices and the things that they've been going through and what's been happening to them. So my prayer and my hope is that you all had an amazing time and you received something from what was being said on the various podcasts. Now, I'm waiting for some of my friends to join in, and we're just going to have a chat, if that's okay. And um if you want to be a part of the conversation and you want to join in, feel free to ask questions, feel free to comment. But my question that I want to talk about, this is Kay. Who is Kay? I want to know who or what was your favorite episode? Who was your favorite person that was on, or what was your favorite episode that you watched from this season? It could be another season too. I won't limit y'all to just this season. But what was some of your favorite things or times or something that you got from this episode? This season. Now, there's a lot of people who will say that because we talked about specifically women in worship, they felt left out. Some of the men felt left out, and for that, I apologize, because that was not my intention at all to leave any of the men out. Oops, my earpiece fell out. That was not my intention at all. But I want you to know that we have some exciting plans coming up for the future. So, everyone, don't be shy. I want you to write in there. What I was going to do is I was going to add people to the screen, but I don't know if I'll be able to hear you. So give me a second and let me see if I can figure this out. Perfect. There we go. Now, before I introduce this person, I just need you to know, ask y'all, do you like my hair? I cut my hair really, really short. It's very, very short. And I need to know, you guys can say yes or no if you like how short my hair is cut. somebody who will remain nameless, who I will not tell you, told me that I look middle aged. And so I need to know if you guys like my haircut. You can give me stars, you can give me hearts. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not doing this. You can say no too. I'm not saying it. Don't lie to me now. If you don't like it, you can tell me. Thank you. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Keisha. And I'll leave the person out who who didn't say who said that to me. So thank you, girl. Thanks. So this person who I'm about to bring to the screen, they said that thank you, Jewel. She's the one who did my hair and cut my hair. So I want to welcome to the stage Miss April Saxton.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
She's
girl.
cracking me up.
So I'm not trying to be, but I mean, I just had to see, I just had to know. Like, I mean, I like it, so that's all that matters. That's what's most important. Uh, but if you do not know, April is a stylist. She's been doing hair for many decades. And not only that, I'm not trying to like put you out there. Sorry. I didn't mean to make it seem like you're old. But if it's your face, thank you. But she's also a part of my singing group, and she's also a part of our church praise and worship team called Divine Glory. So I thought that it was fitting to have her on to talk about any episode. You could talk about any episode if you want to, but let's just talk about maybe one of your favorite moments or one of your favorite episodes that you had that you can recall.
Um, I have multiple favorite episodes.
Really?
Yeah. Of course, I would have to say my sister, Angela Nicole. She was one of my favorites, and then another favorite was Michelle Duncan.
mm.
And there was a part in the episode with Lady Michelle where you guys were talking about having freedom in worship, and you were just basically saying you can't explain your experience. It's just like an experience you have to have on your own. You have to experience it on your own, and just having the freedom to worship and being, when you go into that space of worship, how it makes you feel better. You could be heavy, you could be down, but when you go into worship, you just feel better. Uplifts you and motivates you, and I just felt like that was a really good episode.
Thank you.
Oh,
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it. I really feel that sincere about worship because I think that a lot of people don't experience the freedom in worship for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So, thanks.
Thanks, Jackie.
So, so I want you to talk real briefly and tell people, have you had moments where you wanted to like be free in your worship, like when you're singing and you're leading worship? Because I remember there was a time when you would tell me, as being over the music department, that you did not lead and you would not lead any songs. So do you think that there are times when you have like stopped yourself from like being free, like you could feel it happening, and then has there been a shift over the years in how you worship or how you're a part of the worship team?
Absolutely. It's still, like you said, I didn't lead music. I didn't lead a song. I don't care if you asked me, my answer was always no. But now, even though I still feel that sense of nervousness
Mm-hmm.
when it comes time to lead, and for me, it depends on, um, honestly, who's here, who's around. So, and a lot of times I have to block people out.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see me singing and my eyes are closed, it's because I'm trying to block the people who just staring and not into it out. And so I could get into the song and get into that moment with God. And sometimes it's just about me and Him. And so I know it's my job to lead others in worship. But sometimes I'm up there, it's about me and Him. But it definitely has been a shift because I would say no.
I know that's right.
I would say no, nope. I'm not leading the thing. I'm gonna stay in the soprano section where I belong.
Mhm.
But now I feel like I've matured, and so now, yeah,
That's
I
what's
don't
up.
mind.
That's what's up. Well, let's welcome to the stage another person who is a part of Divine Glory and Whitney Curry and Anointed, none other than Miss Denise Lucas. Hey there, girl.
Hey,
Hey, y'all.
How are you?
I am wonderful.
That's awesome. So share with us one of your favorite moments or episodes of Ladies Takeover.
Like April said, I do have a few moments that I really enjoyed. One episode that I enjoyed was with evangelist Diana Bethany,
Mhm.
and you had asked a question near the end. I can't remember what the question is, but the response was, I think it was like, what was something that was on her heart to share with the people, and it was about oneness and unity and coming together. And I think that that's so important when it's a praise team,
Mm.
being on one accord, being together, being in the same mind and the same spirit with each other, and it makes it so much easier to worship,
Yes.
whether the people get with it or not. We're together and we're on the same track, the same mind. And I was like, wow, that's something that's really needed on different praise teams, because it's not about having a superstar or a leader or a standout person. It's a team. It's everyone coming together in worship. And
Yeah.
that's what really stood out
Yeah.
this season for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll just say, is that me? Do I sound funny?
No.
Okay. I'll just say that when it comes to being unified, that I have seen our praise team go through many transitions. And one thing that I can say for sure is that you can go in churches and you can tell when praise teams are not locked, and when like there is something funny going on with them, and when they're all in sync, and and you can sense it. And sometimes like you try to sing through that, and you're working through your own like weird stuff. So even though you're trying to like praise God and you're trying to give God glory, the what's going on the team that nobody else knows, nobody else feels, but nobody else knows what's happening, but everybody can feel that there's something weird or it's off or there's something going on. And that is the team's responsibility to bring it all together. And I'm sure that all praise and worship teams have their challenges, but one thing I appreciate about our team is that when we have had challenges, that we're able to talk it through. Not only that, but what something that's really big that I think both of you have been a part of is our praise and worship retreats, and those have been extremely helpful. So share maybe a moment, Denise, from like being a part of the praise and worship retreat that you feel has made a difference in helping us with our unity and coming together, especially for those who are listening. And it doesn't not have to necessarily be about a praise and worship team, for anything, for anybody dealing with unity.
Um, I think I think we've had maybe two or three retreats, And each time we had someone from the outside come and talk to us. They either shared like vocal things or spiritual things with us. And I think being able to experience things together makes a huge difference. And that's with singing, with church events, with business, anything. When you experience the same thing, it becomes something, it's almost like a secret club. And only you and whoever was there can express how impactful it was. Just like the 120 people who were in the upper room, only they experienced that first wind of the Holy
Mhm.
Spirit, so they're the only people who can share with so much excitement what they experience. And I think that that's how other people outside the room were like, wow, they on fire, like, and they talking to me in my language. That's kind of crazy. Like,
Right.
I like that. Like, I like what they talking about. They are excited, and I don't know what happened in there, but I want a piece of that. And I feel like that's what happens when you're on one accord. It's like, listen, we experienced this. I remember one particular year, um, we had a retreat, and it was deliverance in the room, and the deliverance that took place was so freeing. And after that, we had one of the best Sundays ever. And it was because we were all
Mhm.
together. Another time, it was like we all went to one of our church gatherings or the assemblies that we have. And it was a whole praise team that went. It wasn't a praise team retreat, but it was something we all experienced together. So that next Sunday, we came, and it was the best Sunday we've had
Mhm.
as that set of teams. So I think that it's something when you have an experience
I agree.
together, it's like, man, so you always got to be together. You always got to be, everybody has to be at the same thing at the same time, fully engaged. And that's how we all win.
I agree 100%. Thank you for that. And so now we're about to add somebody else. Hi. This is none other than my friend from way back in the day. We go all the way back to the Jungle Gym. None other than Miss Melissa Mathis. I'm
That's all
sorry,
right.
Miss Melissa Mathis, and she's married now, so her name is Mathis. But she is also on Divine Glory, and she is also a member of our praise and worship team. Melissa, share with everyone um if you have a favorite episode, or you have a favorite moment, or a favorite person that has been um on the podcast.
Oh God. So my favorite, I have a few. My favorite is when we were all stuck in the house during the pandemic, and it was all of us and a couple other women on, and I laughed really hard when you had all the men on there. And you had
Mhm.
your brother, you had Bishop, you had my
Mhm.
husband on there. That was
Mhm.
one of the best moments.
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
we were all just stuck in the house. So it's just like, listen, I need to talk to
Mhm.
someone else.
Mhm. I remember those. And actually, I want to say that it was like a Mother's Day special or something that we did where all of us were on. And then so when it was my husband, your husband Alonzo, I think Eric was on, Jeremiah Hicks was on. That was like the Father's
Father's Day.
Day special that we had for that one, and it was really 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 good. And
Mhm.
what I'll tell anybody is that you can go back, and any of these episodes that we're talking about, anything that you're wondering about, please go back, check out the YouTube page. It says Ladies Takeover Empowerment Podcast. You can see all of our old episodes, but we also have a podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can see all of it on there as well. Any episode that you're looking for, you'll be able to find. One that was really really great that I enjoyed was this next person that I'm about to bring on. on, and she was a part of our relationship edition, and that was none other than Elder Kachisa.
Hey. Hello, everyone.
And she also is on the praise team here at Word of Grace Worship Center, but her and her husband were a part of the relationship edition, and we got so much feedback from the relationship edition that we ended up doing a second part for the relationship edition for Ladies Takeover. And so Kachisa, tell us, what was one of your favorite moments or favorite episodes or people from the podcast? And then I'll tell y'all mine.
I have to say that I do think that the relationship series in its totality definitely was probably like my favorite, because all the couples just gave such a wealth of like knowledge and information and insight into relationships, challenges, and successes. And I thought that was just super dope. From this season, I have to say, Lady Michelle, one of the things that she mentioned that I really thought was insightful, that I took away from it, when she talked about worship being like a lifestyle. And I think a lot of times people just automatically think, like, when it comes to worship, you instantly equate it to someone who is just naturally a singer, or that's leading and singing or something like that. But the reality is, everyone is created to worship in your own way. You know, you can sing to yourself. You worship God through song. Musicians worship God through the playing of their music and things like that. So there's so many ways to just express your love and worship to God. And like she said, it's a lifestyle. So if you only take your worship for God and equate that to you just being able to sing on stage, then you're really missing out on such an intimate relationship that you could have with God, because worship is personal and intimate. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do it on a public platform or in a public way in order for you to really experience that glory from God that you get to experience through worship.
100%. And no shade at all, but I just feel like we have one of the best teams ever. We have one of the best praise teams ever.
We can't hear you.
My bad. We've always had really, really great praise teams, but it's something about the level of awareness spiritually that this group has, that it connects us differently than ever before. So I agree 150%. And there's times like we went somewhere, I won't say where, but we just went somewhere, and all three of y'all were there. I don't think Melissa was there, but Kachisa, April, and Denise, y'all were there. And I was like sitting across the room, and y'all kept telling me to fix my face. And you were like, fix your face, and I didn't even realize that my face was frowning. But sometimes it's not even, I don't know if I hear it in my inner ear and everybody else is like praising the Lord, but it don't sound right to me. That ever happened to you, where something don't sound right?
Absolutely.
And I'll be like, and I think I'm smiling, but I guess apparently I'm not.
You look like a deer in headlights.
Really?
Yes, I turned and looked. I was like, you're like a deer in headlights, but I definitely hear it also.
And it's not that anybody like sounds bad. I really believe it's what you're saying, because she said that is like about your lifestyle. Like sometimes it spews out in a way that you think because you sing well that that's what's about to move the people. And I remember going somewhere with the group Whitney Curry and Anointed, and a pastor or preacher, I'm not sure who he was, he spoke over us and he was just like, you guys make sure that you stay together, because there's a difference about you guys because you guys sound anointed. It's your sound that you have. And the sound makes all the difference in the world when you are coming together and you're on a platform and you're trying to bring other people and invite other people into the space that you are, because that's what shifts the room. That's what shifts the atmosphere and changes thing, is when the anointing and the presence of God is there. Not because it was a good song, we might as well go to a concert if we're just looking for good music,
Right.
So I just wanted to share this last moment with you guys, since it was Women in Worship, and I asked them if they would come and be a part, and they were like, for what? Like, what are we talking about? But I just wanted to surprise them and have them be a part, because they are my ladies from they are my ladies from Divine Glory. And Keisha, she would be on because she's part of Divine Glory too, but she's sick. So we love Keisha.
Love you, girl.
Yeah, we
But
love you,
get
girl.
better, girl. We love you. We love you. So get better. But thank you guys. Thank you so much for being a part. You guys always support me. You guys are always there pushing me on. Sister Lucas is behind the scenes working. She's part of one of my assistants. And there's times when I'm like, all right, I'm not going to do another season. And she was like, what's the next season? What we doing? Who we calling? What's going on? So you guys are always pushing and motivating me and encouraging me and telling me how much you enjoy the episode. So I really, truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. There goes Keisha.
Oh, love you, Keish.
So thank you guys. And I'll see you soon because we got rehearsal in about an hour.
We love you. We love you.
Love you. Love you guys. Those are my ladies. I love them very much. And I love Keisha. I also love Lady Michelle. I love every single person who has been a part of Ladies Takeover up until this point. You guys have been absolutely amazing, continuing for this to continue to go on, for us to have actually 8 seasons, guys. 8 seasons. It has been amazing. It has been a blessing, and I wouldn't be able to do it without your support. It started actually during the pandemic, like Melissa said, and then it just continued to grow, from even my dear brother, Pastor Gerard Lucas. I love him, and he even encouraged me. He was like, you need to do it live. And so that's how we started doing these actually live, because I didn't want to do it live. I actually wanted to just stay on the podcast, on like Google Podcasts and Spotify and all that. And so he pushed me out my comfort zone to even do these. So I thank you all for your willingness to be a part, which has gotten us to where we are. This is 2025. This is the finale, and I would definitely not be where I am, and definitely would not have any of this if I didn't share my favorite episode. And my favorite episode, maybe I'm a little bit biased, is with this young man right here, who I am about to bring to the stage. He is my biggest supporter, my biggest pusher, to do everything that I do. And there's nothing that I don't do that he doesn't support me. And so I thank him for that. So I'm bringing to the stage none other than my boo, Bishop Dr. Dominique Curry. And that was my favorite moment. We're on my very first episode of our live podcast that you came on, and me and you talked. We did it twice, I think. We talked about our love and our relationships and how much we loved each other and all of that good stuff. And you continued to push me, and we had a really, really great time. So tell everybody what your favorite episode is, and or of one of your favorite people before we move on to this huge announcement that we have.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed um, all of them, to be honest, because all of them featured you, you know. So I thoroughly enjoyed
Great
it.
answer.
That's right answer,
Great
right answer,
answer.
right answer, right answer. And men, husbands, listen, you're going to be put in some very awkward moments. First of all, this thing is called Ladies Takeover Empowerment Podcast. So I'm like, all right, just we good. Just leave me out of all of them. I've been in on every season somehow, some way. She finds a way to pull me in. This season, I just knew I wasn't going to have anything to do with anything because it's about women in worship, and I'm just trying to figure out, well, how are we here? But she finds a way to make sure that we're involved somehow, some way. And she said, "Well, listen, I'll at least come on to help me with the big announcement." I'm like, "All right." But no, I'll do anything. I'll do anything for her, and I really truly truly appreciate you. And I have honestly, I've thoroughly enjoyed each episode. I appreciate what everyone brings to the table. I don't think that you have put anyone on or interviewed anyone by happenstance. I really truly believe that each person brought a sense of value, a perspective that I know that I didn't have, and have been blessed to watch each of them, every one of them, some of them multiple times, whether it was due to a glitch or anything else. And I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative of the platform. I'm appreciative of your thought process. I'm appreciative of the fact that you are intentional in selecting people, and I think that is more spiritual than just intentional, or unless you're being more spiritual intentionally because because what people have to deliver and the things that they have to say, it's honestly helping someone, and I like that. I really really do like that. I appreciate that. I appreciate the purpose, the vision, the plan, and I'll support it. I don't have to ever be on. I don't have to be seen. Whatever I can do to help. To make this a success and to further it, however, I mean, I'm down. I'm with it. So here we
Thank
are.
you.
Let's,
Thank you. Yes,
yeah.
here we are. Here we are. Here we are. And if you are not watching, or if people are not watching, they're going to end up wanting to go back and watch. So I'm telling you now, share right now, tell people to get on, because I know people are going to start asking me 1,000 questions after I make this huge announcement.
It's
And
a big deal.
everybody's going to want to know. Everybody's going to want to be a part. Everybody is going to be asking and saying stuff. And I know, and listen, it's very limited, but it's huge. And so I don't want you to miss out, because it really is first come, first serve. So I don't want anyone to miss out. I don't want anyone to feel left out, but I'm going to exclude myself out of all of like the details and the processing, because I don't want anyone trying to ask me for favors or if they can get in or any of that. This is about to be huge. This is about to be huge, 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 and you don't want to miss it. So, thank you, Crystal, for saying that we're a beautiful couple. I appreciate that. I
Crystal,
did too. I did too, Courtney. I really enjoyed Sandra last week. She was really, really good. Um, she was talking about stuff that was real and genuine, and just being honest and open, that more people need to hear. And so please, everyone, go back, watch the different episodes. But I'm telling you, y'all are gonna want to go back and watch this, because what we're about to announce. So are you going to announce it, or am I going to announce it? We didn't talk about this part.
we didn't talk about anything. We never talk about anything. I'm here.
That's
So
not
it doesn't
true.
matter.
We do. That is not true. Don't make people think that we don't talk.
No, I'm not talking. I didn't say that we don't talk. They know that we talk. I'm saying we don't talk about anything whenever it comes to moments like these. When you try to send questions, I don't. I don't interview well when I'm prompted, or if I get precursors or all of that stuff. I don't do well with this. So I really don't know what we're doing, to be honest.
You
I just heard
you
you
do
say,
you know we're about to make an announcement.
I know
I'm
that
saying, are
much. I
you
got
going to
that.
make the announcement or am I?
Well, I think you should. I mean, it's been your deal this far, but what I will say, I will just kind of echo what you're saying, and this is no hype. This is no hype. I'm not saying, oh, this is huge, because I'm trying to hype someone. This is not hype. This is a big deal, and the reason why it's a big deal, in my humble opinion, is because you get an opportunity to do something that you have not done before. As a matter of fact, I have not seen many podcasters do what you're about to do, and I'll just kind of key it up, and then you could talk. I'll talk about the what, and you can talk about the where. How about that?
Okay.
We can do that. And so, as you already forestated, um there was a struggle. It was a struggle to get you to do this live, to have live sessions. And I mean real live sessions, not even limited to what we're doing right now, but having the cameras and the lights and the sets and sitting there and being having authentic conversation in a live setting. And that was a struggle. That was a fight. I do remember the conversations and the back and forth with Gerard, and us just sitting there uh, going to town, trying to say, look, why not? Why don't you do it? Let's just do it. And just live in an edit-free zone, right? Because that's the one thing about live. Ain't no edits when it comes to live.
You got that right.
You're gonna get whatever comes out. And I think that people love that level of authenticity. And I know I appreciate it. And so to be able to do what you're about to do is truly, truly brave. Uh, so, and so what she's going to really do is do a real live podcast, and is going to do it in front of an audience that get an opportunity to ask their questions and do those types of things, as we bring on the best of the best and various people in their professions, those with level of expertise that will really, really be a help and a blessing to all those that will open their eyes and ears. And another thing that I appreciate, you you can't stop being churchy. That's just kind of who you are. But I do appreciate the fact that every season, every episode has not just been those that those that will feel ostracized or excluded if they're not churchy or not in church. There have been experts that have come on in several fields over the years and the several seasons. There have been people who may not honestly have anything to do with church. And it's not that you're trying to get away from any of that. What I'm trying to say and suggest is that it's not just one dimensional, that it has truly, truly expanded to all places of the world, and have been a help, and have been what a true ministry is, and that is to serve, and a great service to everyone. And so I'm excited to see that you're going to step out and do this. And like, I'm down. Honestly, I'm so excited about going where we're going and doing what we're doing, that I really don't care if it's two or 200 of us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I mean, hey, it's two of us right now. We're gonna stream live regardless. So you guys
Yeah,
can
we
just
are.
hope to be there. And so she's gonna do it live. She's gonna do it in front of an audience. She's gonna do it where you get to participate. Who knows? Some people might even get pulled on stage and into the interviews and all of those things, but that's not even the kicker. I don't know if you have a flyer or anything else,
I
but I
do.
mean, drum roll, please. I'm just excited about not just what you're doing, but where you dare to do it. Let's see. Boom! Look, 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 look. Hold on. Ladies Takeover is about to take over the world. They're actually going to travel, going all the way. And this popped up weird. It just covered our faces, and
It did. I
but
don't know how
but
to fix
but
it.
but no, 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 no. You don't need to see me. I need you to see it. So listen, this is kind of crazy, and I'm not going to say anything else, but I want everybody just to check this out. Check this out. Anybody who knows anything about anything, if you want to see beautiful Victoria Falls, which is a bucket list destination for many people. It's a bucket list destination. Now, I'm telling you guys, and as a matter of fact, if anybody actually wanted to go to Seychelles and all that stuff, that's east of Africa. It's a island east of Africa, but this is East Africa, one of the most beautiful places on the planet, arguably, probably the most. Uh, Pleasant place that you'll actually find. And I was looking at her, I was kind of ear hustling and looking over her shoulder as she was finalizing some of the details. So anybody that's ready, and you have from now until August to make that decision and to prepare, getting your passports ready and doing what you need to do at a price that I really cannot even begin to fathom. I know that I'm not trying to take your thunder, but listen, I'll let you go ahead and read the fine print. Now, here's the crazy thing. Usually, the bold print giveth and the fine print taketh away, right? Usually, but but it's kind of cool that you actually have a gift that keeps on giving, and y'all ain't even gonna believe it. But look at what she was able to put together so that we can do this peaceful. Tanika, let's do it. It's having it, right? All right. So
Yes.
go ahead. I'll let you read. But I'm excited to make this
So,
announcement with you.
yes, we are going to the motherland, Victoria Falls, y'all, Zimbabwe, Africa, and it is going to be, mark your calendars, August the 11th through the 14th, 2025. 2025. And so I'm telling you now that this is going to be absolutely amazing. 4 days, 3 nights. You can stay longer if you want to, but this is the time allotted for Ladies Takeover podcast, and we all of this is included. So I haven't even given you the price yet, but we're gonna have a Zimbabwe dinner cruise, a safari experience, a Victorian Falls tour, everything. Breakfast is included every single morning. There'll be dinner at some of the different things that we go to, because of some of them are all day, and then we're also going to have transportation that is included to and from the airport, and everywhere we need to go, we're going to have someone who is there with us every step of the way. And guess what? It's only $835. It's
Uh,
only
total.
835
Listen,
total.
so find a bunk buddy because that's for double occupancy. Like I'm blown away. I'm really blown away. I'm blown away. It's slightly more for single occupancy, but if you want to stay alone, hey, I'm trying to tell you that it's even worth it then. But I'm really excited about this. Because there's not many places that you can just get there and show up broke. Right, and have everything included. I don't got to worry about how I'm going to get a ride to or from wherever I need to be. I don't have to necessarily worry about eating every day. It's gonna happen. It's included in the price. Like to me, that is phenomenal. And to go, eh, something happens, and everybody that's been can attest. Dr. Crenshaw is on. When you go to Africa, and I really don't care I don't care what shade your blade is, right? It does not make a difference. You really recognize that it's the homeland. You really recognize that it's the motherland. It feels different when your foot touch the soil. And to actually do it in a place that we're going to experience the safari and all that she actually just shared, the dinner cruise and all of that, let's do it so we can go. No, you can't go to, no, of course not. You can't even go to Disney for that. Exactly. And you can, yeah, so it's
Mhm.
really cool. I'm appreciative that I get an opportunity to be a part. So look, man, start doing your crunches now. Let's get healthy, let's get strong, and let's get along. Let's get out there and just have a ball and just watch the ladies take over. Real talk. So I'm
It
excited. Thank you
is.
much.
It's going to be, thank you. It's going to be so exciting. Like I said, The first day we get there, we're going to go on the cruise experience. And so we're going to set aside the second day, probably once we're there, to do the live taping and the live recording for everyone that is there. We're going to be flying speakers in. And so throughout the months to come, or not the months, but the weeks to come, I'm going to be doing different blasts, and we're going to announce our speakers that are going to be traveling and coming there with us, that are going to be a part of the live podcast. And like Bishop said, we're doing this live. We are going to record live. We're going to have a live recording audience, studio audience, but we're going to do it from live in Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe. And it is going to be amazing. Not only that, but it is right before my birthday. My birthday is on August 15th. So I'm excited. Yes, Kanika, you are going. Declare it now. Save up your coins. All you need is 2 people to go with you. 835 double occupancy. I'll put it back up so that you all can see the banner one more time. If you want to get the details, I'll put this up. So if you want the information, email me. Anyone who's saying, hey, I want to be included, I want to be a part, email me here, or not necessarily me, but email my team so that you can get the information for this trip. It'll tell you how much everything costs. It will send you all the details, and the coordinator will send you all the information that you need. It again is 835 for double occupancy and 1139 if you just want to be by yourself and you want to enjoy Africa all by yourself, which is absolutely fine. I think I don't have the right email, Ladies Takeover Podcast. Then you want to, let me fix that right now. The email is Ladies Takeover Podcast at gmail.com. So ladies takeover podcast at gmail.com, so that your name can get on the list. We have a limited amount of spaces for this price. And so because of this price and this for kids, actually it's not. For kids 12 and under, the price, don't quote me, but I believe it's $295. For children 12 and under, $295 if I'm not mistaken on the price. So please make sure, yes, thank you. Ladies Takeover. Oh, it's just Ladies Takeover Podcast. What do I have up here, y'all? Ladies Takeover Podcast. Okay, Ladies Takeover Podcast. Please go to Ladies Takeover Podcast. Make sure, yes, it is. Yes, I'm trying to tell you, Sandra. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I was like, listen, I have something coming. It's about to be great. I can't wait. And I don't want anyone to miss out on this. So Ladies Takeover Podcast at gmail.com. Give your name and give your email and telephone address. Name, email, and telephone address is all I need so that we can send you this information. Name, email, telephone. So that we can make sure that you get this information to be a part of this trip, and it is going to be absolutely amazing. 835 for double occupancy, 1139 for single occupancy. And not only that, but payments, all payments don't even need to be, there's a 25% deposit that is due, and that will secure your spot. That will make sure that you have your spot secured so no one can take your spot, but it will not need to be paid off until 40 days before, or 40 or 30, don't quote me, 40 or 30 days, something like that, before we leave. So you have plenty of time to make payments on this trip, and I want everyone to experience this beautiful time with us. We're not charging registration fees. We're not charging any of that. We just want you to come and be a part. There may be a small VIP registration packet for people who want to like sit up front and sit in the front rows and stuff like that, but you don't have to register in order to be a part of this event. It's going to be great. We are going to have a wonderful time. You can pay right now. Yes, you can, ma'am. You can pay right now. Yes, you can just pay for the whole thing. You can pay right now. You can pay whenever you want to. Some people like payment. Some people just want to get it out the way. I want you to be there, girl. I want you to be there. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Um, and so as soon as you send the email, I'll have everything sent over to you and we will take care of you. I can't wait either. This is going to be so exciting. And this is going to be the start. We're going to do episode after episode after episode, back to back to back, live in Zimbabwe. It's going to be amazing. And if you've never been to Africa, like Bishop said, it is something out of this world. And this is something that is on people's bucket list, where people want to go all the time to see. I was telling my doctor about it, and she was like, that's on my bucket list. That's where I want to go. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. The hotel that we selected, it is at the resort is absolutely beautiful, where you'll walk out and you'll be able to see different type of exotic animals right there, just looking out. Not to be afraid or anything, but they had like signs that were saying like, make sure you keep your screen doors closed, because they don't want you to for any monkeys to come in and stuff like that. But we're going to have a blast. It's going to be so much fun. I can't tell you now. Sandra, do me a favor. Thank you for your email. Send your email to Ladies Takeover podcast at gmail.com for me. Send it to Ladies Takeover podcast. We're going to have a blast. Okay, so thank you, Sandra. So send that. It's up on the screen, Ladies Takeover podcast at gmail.com, so that we can get all your information. We're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of fun, and I want you all to be there. All right. So that's all that I have for you. If you missed the announcement, if you missed what we were sharing with you, one last time, I will post it for those of you, because it looks like a couple of people just came in. So I'll just post you. Ladies Takeover Empowerment Podcast is traveling across the world over to the motherland for 4 days and 3 nights. Mark your calendars, August 11th through the 14th. We are going to have a blast. So I hope to see you there. I'm super excited. This has been an absolutely amazing season. Thank you all for being a part. And this year we are going higher, and there's nothing but great things coming that are in store for you. So don't be down on yourself. Don't feel like you haven't exceeded your expectations. I want you to know that this is the year where great things are in store. You can have whatever you say. So speak out of your mouth what it is that you want to see in this year. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Ladies Takeover Empowerment Podcast. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.